to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And we'll let the record reflect that the three council members are present. We'll start with approval of prior meeting minutes during the council meeting. This is January 23rd. I had one thing that I think that we should add to it, which is the discussion of the sidewalk under old business. There were questions about property line and if they should get a survey or not. I have not talked to Andy to see if he went down there to see if it was obvious where the sidewalk was previously, or if that could be determined easily, but I do want to note that there was discussion about property line and the town was going to investigate to see if we thought that it was easy to determine or if the homeowner needed to purchase a survey. Other than that, I didn't have any other corrections.
Okay.
Are there any other additions or corrections? We get a vote to approve them.
I make a motion with the approval of adding that section to it. I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And let's see, do we have our festival minutes here? No, I got an email. What's that? Here it is. Any additions or corrections to the festival meeting minutes?
I move we approve the festival minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You know if he was playing the.
I thought he was coming, but I haven't seen, yeah, so I don't know if he got, held up. Evidently he did.
This one move on. Jennifer, do you have anything to?
Okay, I have a couple things. If you look in your packet, we have one resolution for a dormant fund and the other resolution for end of the year transfers. So the dormant fund is, these funds have been hanging around for quite a while. I called Steve Brock. He said it was fine to go ahead and cancel them because there's no funds in them. They were just from previous projects. So, but we need to do it through resolution.
Okay. It's not very long, I guess we're going to read it. Resolution number R-02-2023-01, a resolution declaring dormant fund account. Whereas the town council of the town of Atlanta, Indiana has determined the clerk treasurer needs authority to close dormant fund accounts, and whereas the following fund accounts have zero balances and are inactive: Fund 503, Water Grant Fund, and Fund 301, SRF Water 2017 Forgivable Fund. Said fund accounts are dormant, inactive, and have zero balances with no funds remaining to be transferred to another fund. Now therefore be it resolved that the following funds are declared dormant and the clerk treasurer is authorized to close said fund accounts: Fund 503, Water Grant Fund, and Fund 301, SRF 2017 Forgivable, adopted by the Town Council of Atlanta the 9th day of February 2023. We have a motion to, do we need to suspend? I guess we'll do a motion to suspend.
No, on resolutions, you really don't have to do that. It's the ordinances that.
Okay.
Okay, I like
We
to
have a
move.
excuse me.
I'd like to move that we pass resolution R-02-2023-01.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. And while that's being passed around, I guess I will read resolution R-02-2023-02. The town council for the town of Atlanta, Indiana does hereby deem it necessary to make the following transfers. General fund from 1101001116 deputy clerk to 1101001210 office supplies, $1,662.58. From 1101001420 buildings to 1101001590 general other, $2,691.92. From 2201001363 motor vehicle highway 50% to 220100111300 motor / street commissioner. Street commissioner, is that what it stands for? Okay. $28.35. And from 2202001372 local / paving sand / stone to 2202001420 local buildings in the amount of $699.01. Do I have a motion to approve resolution R-02-2023-02?
I make a motion to approve resolution R-02-2023-02.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright. Do we need a date on here?
Yeah, that's fine, Marie, go ahead. And then I don't know if you want to do it now or not, but I put a thing in your packet. It's a pictures. We talked about the Dolly's Park sign, so we did call Robertson down here at Riverwood. They do not do that on site, but they give us this gentleman's name and number. So Annie printed off just some of his work. He said that he could do it. He said that, and he could have it done by April if we decide to go ahead and do it. We should be getting our check sometime this month for our grants, so I didn't know if you guys wanted to go ahead and approve. The price would be $585 just to have Dolly's Park put on there. So
basically, we're just looking at the fonts we like on this.
yeah, we can pick a font later but just to get it approved, at least approved, And kind of get the ball rolling on it, and then that way.
So, and this is to engrave the stone that we already have.
Andy's got the stone.
That Andy has.
Yeah,
Piece of paint granite.
yeah.
And this would need to be taken to them.
No.
He will come here.
Okay. So what would it be? You said there's a
Yeah.
flattish
you got a
area.
picture of
Would
it.
it be
Yeah.
polishing or
No,
smoothing that up?
Just
or
engrave it
engrave
and paint the letters in.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's probably 2,000 pound boulder. It's big. Are you looking for a
Handy.
picture? I sent Jennifer a picture of it. I don't know if I still
Yeah.
have it on my phone.
I've got it
How do you
here.
move it?
Back up.
Very careful.
It's got a nice face on it. But it'd be
For some
better
reason,
the
it
car. I
won't
thought
let me
about it.
enlarge it because I
I was gonna
didn't
put my
save
address
it.
on it.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's nice.
So,
It's a nice rock.
Oh, very nice.
yeah, so
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
put some stuff around it.
What are we thinking? Would we do that one by the gazebo and
That's
just
what I was
put a
thinking.
sign down by the,
Yeah, put it on the corner over here.
Yeah.
yeah,
We don't wanna dig it out and put some river rock under it or something,
uh-huh,
so it doesn't sink.
right, that would look real nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
Well, do we want to, proceed in this direction? I'm assuming, I mean, obviously there could be some, I'm assuming some variance in cost, but I can't imagine it would be.
Too much.
Too much, I wouldn't think so.
I'd like to move.
We could
that
at least get on his schedule, you know.
Yeah, move that we can get it. I'd like to move that we move forward on this.
With price monuments?
Yeah, Price Monuments.
And I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, aye, aye.
Mhm.
Let me know when they're gonna, when they can do it, Jennifer, 'cause we'll get it moved up here and
Okay,
get it ready and put into place and everything.
okay.
Jennifer, did you have anything else?
That's all I think for right now, yeah.
Alright.
All right, underwater, Plant Street, 684,810 gallons since January 23rd. Our average daily usage has been 40,282. Filters were backworked on January 30th, February 2nd, and 7th. February water report's complete and has been submitted. Our February back T-test is complete and was absent. Under the lift station, or under wastewater, been performing daily checks to the lift station and the sewer plant. The lift station pumped 2,384,667 gallons since our last meeting, with an average daily usage of 142.74. So been pretty wet. Collecting sewer samples weekly. The sewer plant is closed and we're not discharging. Then I have attached the GIS pricing from Silversmith for our current asset management plan. There's two versions of this. I'll back up a little bit. Talking to Mike Klein, Peter, we're working on our final budget. Should have it by Friday. We have not spent enough money to utilize all the grant money, so we're gonna have to do one more change order, which will include additional work that we've done, like the stone plant, that sewer lateral that had to be done, this segment of sewer up here, and then the segment by the hardware, as soon as we get that done. But he's looking, I don't even think we need all those in the change order to put us over the amount we need to be, but he's gonna get back with us. Then I'll have a final number of how much money we're going to have left, which I think is gonna be around, it's gonna be somewhere between like $85,000 and $100,000.
From Oak Creek?
No,
Total project.
total project budget money. Yeah, he's about got it all spent down. SRF we spent the rest of the SRF money because they wanted us to get that closed out. The IFA money, Okra money is what's left, but there's a few soft costs that have to be paid out of there. This asset management plan is one that Felice is currently working on. And then Steve Brock also has a component that he hasn't been paid for that goes with the asset management plan as well, in conjunction with what Felice is doing. But tying that all together is the GIS system that we've talked about before. And I had narrowed it down over the years between Silversmith and Ziptility. And I just think Silversmith's is a little better, it's a little slicker program, plus it's cheaper. And the long-term maintenance fees are cheaper. And what this is, what I've asked them to do, both of them agreed to do it, but this agreement, since we have this grant money, would pay for our annual fee for 5 years. If we don't want to do that, we can do it for one, but it pays that all up front at a locked-in price and gives us time to, budget for additional funds, which is going to be $1,600 a year. Is what their annual maintenance fee. That's for two things. That is one for the mapping, but as well as the GIS unit. In this one, in this price point, we get an actual GIS unit that's ours. We don't have to rent it, we don't have to pay them to do it. Any assets that wanna be added later, we do it ourselves. And if you'll see on that second page, it's the annual fees for 5 years, it shows it broken out. It's $1,000 a year after the 5, and it's $600 a year for the data fees on the GIS unit. So the GIS unit has, of course, their updates and everything, they handle that for us, but it also includes cellular service fees, because the unit has to have a cellular data connection when it's out in the field. So, and then they would compile information from this project, other information that we have, to make this part of our asset management plan, and then moving forward, everything is on there. So, I think it's important for us to map our assets, because reality is, I'm not gonna be here forever, and there's just stuff out there that people couldn't find, valve boxes, things, that they all get covered up, and it happens quicker than you think.
We shouldn't have to
I had to dig a meter pit out today,
call
call
Fred or call you, hey, do you remember where this is? That's just how everything's been done in the past.
Well, that's, with the unit, if somebody can't find something, they can turn that on, and
Yeah, I'll be planned out.
it'll take them right
Yeah,
to where it's at.
I'm pretty impressed by their product.
Mine too.
It seems like it would fit our needs very well. Another thing that's nice about it is some of the scheduling and ticketing capability that it has.
Yeah, you can do work orders with
Yeah.
it.
Jennifer could do water shutoffs or new customers or things like that, and there, just click the address, type what it is, and it's available for all the users.
And they'll build out, if we want, we talked to them about it. At no additional cost to us, we would have to input some information, but they will also build out a live earth map of our festival.
Yeah.
Christmas decorations, you put all the booths on here,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
have a live map. If people question it, it's something that you could print out, send to them, give to them, whatever, and they can see a real world map of where their spot is. So trash boxes, you can put all those locations of trash boxes on there, quantities. You can make it as much or as little as you want.
Which will help you and everybody else.
And this is added into the grant, is that? as
That'd
far
be
as
grant
that?
money.
It's
Yeah,
a
but
grant money.
after 5 years,
Yeah.
we would have, our fee would be $1,600 a year for the data and system maintenance
But
and
you
everything.
can put that in the budget.
Mhm.
But you can attach, do repairs, water main leaks, anything, service taps, new installs. You can put that point on there, and then you can attach a photograph to it. You can say when you did it, what kind of repair clamp you did. Like I said, you can put as much information in as you want or as little as you want. Fire hydrant service, the map is pretty cool when you do flushing and fire hydrant servicing. You can take that map with you, and as you go to each one, you can click on it and it will mark it off, date and time you did it, because that's something,
Valve exercise.
valve exercising, it's coming in the future. We're gonna have to start logging all of this stuff.
And then you can just pull a report and.
Yeah, you can pull a report, you can print a
send it to
report.
whatever state regulating authority there is that's requesting it.
And you guys can review this and look at it, and by the next meeting, if you don't wanna do it today, I can have all the information from Mike.
Yeah, and I just, a quick glance here, I don't see anything crazy, but it probably is a good idea to send this to our attorney too, just to make sure that we don't have any red flags in the contract here, but
Yeah, because it looks good.
yeah, I think it's pretty standard boilerplate kind of stuff. Doesn't seem much different than any other contract from any of our other vendors, but, I'm really in favor of this idea and a paying upfront user cost too. We've got the funds available, so let's do it.
Well, and also moving forward, I think it's been mentioned at a meeting now, but you will now, after this one we're closing out, we will have to have an asset management plan to submit before we can even apply for a grant anymore, as far as from Okra or SRF, you know, for utility type projects.
So to be able to pull the reports on those assets.
Yeah.
It'll help a lot with, future funding. We can put streets and stuff in here.
Oh yeah, you would put your streets for the
That's what I thought.
community crossing grant, everything.
Okay. Is everybody okay with revisiting this at our next council meeting? In the meantime, we'll have our attorneys
Yes.
review the contract.
Yes.
And then our streets, we plowed 2 times and salted 3 times. Still again, parking on Main Street and subdivision. On the west side of Hopkins Drive, we got 2 cars, depending on how they park.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I should have, if I had to do it over again, I just wanted to get home because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I should have got out and took a picture of the dump truck because, I mean, I had less than 6 inches from the mirrors on each side of the truck getting past these vehicles. And one of them's a police car parked in front of a no parking sign. You know,
I said something to Nick, I don't know if he's been out there.
I mean, I don't know if he can send a letter.
Yeah.
To all, you know. to
Could he
everybody.
leave some signed tickets for you to give out?
Well, I mean, I guess.
If he just takes, if you can take a picture,
Yeah.
he can give the ticket
Yeah.
at any
Yeah.
After
time.
the fact.
Yeah, so I think that's what we need.
But it's like down to like 3 people, and most of them have gotten good. Like on Michael Drive used to be a problem, but
They've
on-
learned.
It's on the horseshoe,
Yeah.
you know. It's the same ones. But, and then I have placed. It's weird. I have placed a call to Green Tree Plastics. I'm waiting on pricing. I was hoping to have it for this meeting, but they got nothing on their website. And then they had this thing that says "Go here for pricing" when you do.
It's deadly.
It's
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah. So
Maybe they're updating it.
I'll have some
Well,
pricing.
they were going out of business, but I don't know, the speculation I suppose now is that somebody else might have changed
Might have
hands.
bought it.
And so they could be reorganizing, whatever, but it does look like hopefully we'll be able to still get
Yeah.
products that match what we already have.
So I'll have pricing for that at the next meeting. And then one thing I didn't put on here, so I called the state about this, and I know Alex had talked about it, I don't know where they're at, but we gotta do something about this gas main. I mean, we're getting ready to be up to liquidated damages here on this project, and I called IDEM, and they suggested I contact the IURC. I've called them, left a message, I haven't got a call back yet, but
What is IURC?
the Indiana Regulatory Commission,
Okay.
so Centerpoint falls under their jurisdiction. I talked with Kim Rohr, who's now the section chief, and she suggested I contact the IURC.
Okay.
But, I mean, we're like going on 4 months here.
Okay.
And,
I haven't talked to Nick Boyd, but I will call them as soon as we get out of the meeting and see if they've had any contact with anybody.
yeah, I gave him the number of the contact I was dealing with, but, you know, the last couple times I've called, we turned it over to Miller. We don't know when.
As a client, I'd be able to escalate a ticket.
Well, sure. And I got all excited because I got a locate ticket the other day, but it was for out of town for a valve they were replacing.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was gonna be for that, but I mean, we need to get it done, cause we're, you know, that 76-foot piece, and then line those last 10 manholes, I mean, we're gonna be, you know,
Maybe 6 feet of sewer.
yeah, we're gonna be ready for, you know, grant closeout here.
Is-
And it's
is
not even
the-
76 feet of gas main, it's a dead end main.
That's what I was just gonna
No.
ask, is if that's over the entire.
Yeah, that's manhole to manhole, I mean, that's center to center on the manholes, but theirs is probably, I don't know, 50 feet, but it dead ends. I mean, it's not even a through gas main. And it's impossible, we've acted in 3 spots, I mean, there's no way we can,
Right.
there's no way Bill can,
You can't.
it's impossible.
Yeah.
We just gotta get it moved. And the engineer that came out seemed real favorable on it, and we even marked out a route for him to do it, I've offered. They're gonna vac it instead of digging it, I even offered to vac the trench.
Ourselves.
Yeah, I was like, anything we can do to speed it up, but we're just getting nowhere. So. And under building, they issued 1 permit, had 2 zoning inquiries, 3 building permit inquiries. The February census report's complete, has been submitted, and at some point I'd like to revisit the building ordinance permit with council.
Building permit.
Yeah, well, I've talked about it before, about doing something about people that aren't getting them, people that aren't paying for them, and some sort of a fee schedule, which I just think it should be double the permit, if we have to find somebody. Because now it's written up, it's up to $2,500 per day, you gotta go to court and all that, but if somebody had a $10 permit and didn't do it, it would be 20, you know, I mean, not that it would be
Instead of,
if the judge says, okay, 500.
Yeah.
You know, but as it's written now, it's up to $2,500 a day per day, but I just think
Yeah,
that's
because you still have a duty to issue the permit, do the inspection and all that stuff, whether they comply or not, so you're chasing people, what a waste of time,
I know.
so.
That's all I have, unless you have any other questions.
yeah, my neighbor, can you tell me what happened with his sewer?
Yeah, it was broke. Phone company.
Was it his or?
It's his, it wasn't ours. It was his.
Phone company.
Phone company.
Went through it, they've done that to several
They
people
cracked
around
pipe.
town, I'm surprised that it's lasted this long, because that was a long time ago.
It was the phone company that broke it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been cracked and finally a piece of pipe collapsed. He had a problem, he had no clean out, and then they put clean out in. Then they tried the camera, his sewer lateral's been replaced at some point, most of it. And whoever was doing it did calculate the depth, so when they got out there, it had 2 90-degree turns. Turn went down about 3 feet, 90 again, and they got the camera stuck. And then they got the jet head stuck, and they ended up having to dig it up to get everything loose. And while the pipe was open, they put the camera back in and see it, and it had been hit by the phone company. You can see the fiber line. But all his stuff was going underneath it for all these years, and now the pipe finally broke, and some pieces of it fell out.
Just blocked it out.
Yeah, just blocked it up the whole way. I went back out there last Saturday, and he contacted the phone company, and they got hold of the supervisor, so they're paying the bill for the repair of the line. It wasn't diagnostics. Yeah, it wasn't anything on us.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember the day those kids came out and were digging with the Endeavor wires. That was the day that you had fixed what, 3 parts in the other alleyway
Oh,
because
had a
they
lot
hit
of
the
stuff.
water?
Yeah, they were hitting stuff.
There was a lot of problems with that. I'm surprised his went so long.
So long. Yeah,
Okay, do you have anything else?
thank you.
No, that's it. Cool.
Attorneys here today. Okay, old business, the public hearing for the proposed rates and charges of the Waterworks utility. We have a proposed public hearing for 6 o'clock on February 27th, which will be our next council meeting.
Is that okay? Because I sent this to Alex. I haven't heard back yet, but Brock wanted me to send it to Alex to make sure that it was okay with them. You guys decide your time. I can change the time. I just need to know so I can get it advertised 10 days before. So I had just set it for our next meeting, but whatever you guys.
Do it before the meeting,
I had it.
after.
At 6.
I had it at 6.
And Steve's available that day, I'm assuming.
Well, he didn't say he wasn't, so we'll see.
I do work that day, I should be able to trade that, we usually do.
In the appendix here, can we also see what our current rates are? I mean, it shows what they're going up to, right? But can we also see what our
should.
current, this one doesn't.
Oh, the pamphlet he gave us.
I know, in the big one.
Page 27 maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, but you're just saying a comparative.
Yeah, just right here.
I think it's on page 27, isn't it? Yeah, page 27 has current rate. And
Yeah, she's just
And
saying
that
if we could get a direct comparison, one of these breakdown sheets.
Really?
Yeah.
It shows them all at all levels,
Right.
depending on how high
So
your
that's
water
what we
bill is.
should do. We should
Right,
Page
highlight
27.
that page over here so people can see it.
And I've got it right here too, Pam.
yeah,
I can,
yeah, I've got it in here somewhere, can't find it.
well, but that way, I understand where Pam's coming from, because that way then if citizens come in to look, they'll see it's only a couple dollars, even though,
After you get it all totaled
Right.
up, it's about
It's
$25.
$18 for a minimum user, up to
Okay.
4,000 gallons.
Okay,
But keep in mind, 5 years ago, he told us we needed to do one, and we didn't.
and we didn't, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't
It's
have
been-
to do it to do
He
the
suggested-
project that we did.
But he
But
suggested it. 10 years.
I should be able to get that. I know for sure
okay.
I could do the 13th of March, but I don't see any reason to believe that I wouldn't be able to get the
Do
27th
it
of
March
this month off.
do it March 13th, it don't matter.
this, I mean,
Is everybody okay with that? Would that be all right?
Good.
Just
we'd
Which-
rather,
which
we'd rather
date?
know that you were here than advertise it and you can't be here and then we not have a
yeah,
Right.
we
quorum.
can't do
You know what
it.
I'm saying?
So what date was that?
So March the 13th, which would be the first meeting in March, the second Monday there.
6 PM.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Festival resolution. So the rule changes we made were the food vendors on Thursday.
Yes,
Yeah, trailer.
trailer food vendors on
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thursday.
kids can still go Friday, but. Or tent can set up on Thursday.
Thursday or Friday.
Food vendors with tents will set up on Thursday or Friday.
But they're still designated Friday times, right? At the same
Yes,
time.
yeah,
For
yeah,
food.
they're still designated between 8 and 11
So this
for
seems like,
Friday.
this seems very clear, but let's, the only thing I would say, are you already sending these out?
No, here.
No, I'm waiting on you guys
Okay.
to approve it, yeah, so we can.
You already printed them?
No,
Okay.
no, I,
The-
that's why
The
this
food
is a,
vendors with tents may set up on Thursday, go ahead and put that 8 to 6 there as well, you know what I'm saying? Or Friday from 8 to 11.
That's what she's got there.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
The
to
tent
specify that same setup, the same setup times as the, trailer people on Thursday. They can set up any time on Thursday, is what I'm saying, other than, because you could theoretically read this as the food vendors with tents are limited to 8 to 11,
Right.
either day.
oh, I know, I kept reading through that, I was like, yeah, but
So-
it's bolded, so surely they
Yeah.
would,
Well, right now,
But
we only have
still.
one.
Right.
yeah.
That's the only thing that I would say, other than that, I think everything's the same as it has been previously, with the exception of dates, right?
Mhm.
So.
Yep.
And all the information on the website still is referring to the 22 festival.
Yeah,
It's sad.
well, we gotta get this figured out first before
Well-
we put it on.
We could
I
at least
mean,
put the dates on.
yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's what you should do.
well, this will go up.
Okay.
This will definitely
Okay.
go up, yes.
Okay. Well, with that addition, my suggestion there, are there any others?
No.
That's good.
So we have resolution R-01-2023-01, a resolution designating September 23rd and 24th, 2023 as the Atlanta New Earth Festival dates and adopting general rules and regulations. This resolution, should I read the whole thing?
I don't think you need to, but,
Exhibit, there are attached exhibits which are our festival rules and festival application. Those have been corrected as described just a moment ago, for current year times and to make adjustments to food vendor setup times and dates. We have a motion to approve resolution R-01-2023-01.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll have Annie get on that tomorrow. Yes. Because it needs to be something big about the 50th. Yes.
Um,
Well, in old business, Murray too, Klein Peter, that's what I was just gonna say. Mike asked me, he called me and he was wanting a copy of the amended contract when we, and I looked and looked, and I said, Mike, I don't have it. He didn't have it, his secretary didn't have it. So he's thinking that he didn't actually do an amended, so that's what this is.
for the pay applications.
Exactly, so that's what that
this
is.
is his normal amount, the 62,500
Yes.
plus 5,000.
Yes.
Would the date be
'Cause-
2021?
The
first of-
original, our original
Was.
engagement with him was in December 2020.
I emailed him one to know, and asked him if he wanted to change the date, and I didn't hear back from him, so.
So this is amendment to grant administration contract, amendment number 2023-01. And the nature of the amendment is that Klein Peter Consulting will now receive, which they have been for several months now, pay applications and forwarding and doing the communications required there, reviewing the applications, and setting up the payment structure there.
Do we need a motion?
Yes.
I move that we accept this amendment to grant administration contract amendment number 2023-01.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any other old business?
Town email. Can-
Yes, thank you. Have you all reviewed this, managed email agreement?
You didn't understand it, but I looked at it.
So
Well, I mean,
the
honestly-
important thing here, I guess, is that there's certain statutory requirements that, communications be accessible and maintained for a certain amount of time. And this is one of the solutions out there that will accomplish that. And what he's got on here is the basic edition, I guess for the council members and one other user. We'll have to, it's a certain cost per user, so like Jennifer and Annie and Andy would get the, business standard edition, which is the actual software for Outlook, for Excel, for Word, and that's, $37.50 a month, I believe. Is that correct? Not a year. Then all of us would get the basic edition, which is web-based. So all of those same things, it's all bundled together, even if we just wanted the email, it still gets all bundled together. But then we have, it has what's called OneDrive,
Right.
which any documents
love
that have to
OneDrive.
get shared.
I hate
I
one.
love-
Yeah, I hate it too, but everything is accessible from anywhere,
Right.
which is one nice thing.
Yeah, but if you have more than one computer, it smears all your stuff together, like me.
Yeah.
I hate that. I don't want I don't want.
Oh, you're saying personal
Yeah.
business?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
I hate that. My stuff at
That's
home
stupid.
comes up over here, and I told Scott I want it fixed.
Yeah, they need to be separated somehow.
Mm-hmm.
different accounts or something.
But in any case.
So when
it's
could
good.
when could we expect to get an email address?
I think he's just waiting for the go ahead.
Okay.
He must have had some kind of, did he have some kind
He
of
had surgery.
Okay.
Yes, I did
Okay.
check
So
with
I
him.
did,
He had
I
surgery.
did ask him about status on the laptop and
Mm-hmm.
on the cameras. He said he'd been under work restriction. He
Mm-hmm.
does have the laptop, he's getting, he said it's ready to go.
Cool.
And then the cameras, he was
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to be out from under this work restriction, so. But this, he says, I'm assuming this year, the CP 21 line, the fee for setting it up is 8 hours, so, once he gets to go ahead, it should be implemented pretty quickly. He also has something, he said he would send over that authorizes him to get the, whatever it would be, our domain, Atlanta, Indiana,
Okay,
in.gov, or Atlanta.in.gov, or whatever
Whatever
it's
it
gonna
is.
be. And then our website will be able to use that as well, hopefully.
okay,
But we'll secure that domain, so we'll authorize him to do that if we approve this. So, in any case, this is, seems like something that I need to do.
need to vote to approve.
Yes,
I'd like to make a motion that we approve this managed email through Technology Solutions Midwest.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alright.
I got a couple things.
Okay.
The digital code book.
I was getting ready to say that.
Okay,
Because I did get an email from them, I talked to Murray, and they wanted to know if we wanted to go ahead and update our codification before then that way they can have it, they can do it all
So
together.
my thought on it is we could do it right now, or hopefully by the next meeting, we have our town officials portion situated where we could actually
Yeah.
vote on that, cause that's a large section of our ordinance, it would be nice to have that.
I
done
told him
before
what
we
kind of
sign.
was happening with,
So, it's up to you guys, it doesn't matter either way, the ordinances, any ordinance we pass after codification every year is still available for public review here at the town hall, and we can put it on our town website.
Right.
So it doesn't matter either way, that was the only thing that I thought is maybe we should wait till we do this one big one that we're about to do. But I don't care.
I
don't know
just,
if it
I
really
just
matters.
didn't want it to get stagnant. I mean,
Sure.
just
I mean, do
asking.
we wanna proceed with just whichever ones have been passed since our last codification and go ahead and get it implemented?
I think so.
Okay. Jennifer, do you have that agreement that we can, go ahead and sign? I don't have my last week's packet with me.
You know what, I think we already signed that. We did sign it, and I sent it to him, and then he came back with
Oh,
a
okay.
question. Do you wanna go ahead and codify last
Okay.
year's?
So,
that, yeah, so I've already.
that's
sent
what
that.
we need to do.
Yeah, so
then
I've already
is-
sent that to him.
We should send in everything up until today. Any
Sounds
ordinances that
good.
were done until today. Okay. Somebody want to make a motion to approve codifying, any uncodified ordinances?
I would make a motion to approve the codification of all the uncodified ordinances to date and add them to the digital book.
I'll second.
All in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
Alright,
I will email him and get those to him then.
be great.
What recourse do we have on those 2 televisions laying out there on Walnut Street? Can we ticket somebody and pick them up?
I called him
Ordinance enforcement.
and yeah,
I mean,
and I told him, I said, you're gonna get a,
We talked about it, he said he'd take care of it, I don't know where it's at.
okay, so kind of when we're on the code enforcement officer, I've been kind of concerned about, you know, like Saturday, I don't know if he understands that he's only got so much money, you know what I'm saying, as far as we budgeted so much for this position. Like Saturday, he worked 8.5 hours
Doing,
in one, I don't know.
yeah,
And then last weekend, he worked 5 on Saturday and 6 on Sunday.
not unless
So,
he's
and I'm
documenting
like-
in detail what he's looking at and
Yeah.
what he's doing.
I've been kind of like, that's a lot of hours. That's more hours than Annie in a day, you know.
That's more hours.
Do we have copies of what he's?
I
No,
mean,
he doesn't give a report.
He needs to,
Well, I don't see anything different on the south end of town.
No,
no.
I don't
And
think
this
it's
time
on
of year, Murray, you were code enforcement officer, so you know how it is.
winter's slower, I will say
Exactly.
though, that nothing being done for the year prior,
Was
you know.
I just got a complaint about it again, about Flanagan's and about Pat Emery's house. I got, right now, there's a trailer, or there's a truck drug in on a car dolly that's hanging out in the alley that gets driven in. Just came in today,
Yeah.
and I had someone say something to me about it.
Is that Flanagan's?
No, Pat Emery's, yeah, it's in the gravel alley.
do we need an executive session to address employee performance?
Probably not a bad idea.
Okay.
That's a lot of hours and maybe he's issued 20 different notices.
I don't know.
But if he has, he needs to be able to justify it.
Well, I mean,
If
who
not,
did you contact about the TV?
I contacted the owner of the apartments.
Well, now that they've been notified, I mean, I'll pick them up, but we gotta charge them. We
Mhm.
gotta start charging these people that do wrong, and we all just kinda,
I agree.
Well, there was a
Which we
chair,
have
I
anyway.
contacted him about a chair was sitting out there.
well, the chair
And I
is
was
fair
like-
than the TV.
I was like, Sal, that's
Well,
gotta
now
go.
there's a couch out there in
The-
Hopkinsville.
The one TV's been there since festival,
Oh, yeah,
and it gets flipped around and kicked around. I moved it in the yard, I
There's
moved
two
it
of
back up by the house, and right up by the edge of the road it came again.
mm-hmm.
Cause if you take a TV back down to the recycle.
$5.
No, it's 20.
Oh,
Mhm.
no,
At the Hamilton County,
Yeah,
okay. I
20
didn't know
bucks.
if it- Well,
Anything electronic.
trash won't take it,
no,
right,
No.
obviously.
and they're not gonna take it laying on the ground.
no,
No. Besides recycle, they charge for TVs too.
mm-hmm,
That's why I said
That's
down
what
here.
she said.
it's
Hazardous-
20 bucks a TV.
hazardous waste.
I never-
Plus you have to pick it up.
Well,
Yeah, that would be $40 there between gas and.
Is there nothing, in the ordinance that what people have in their yard, we can't do anything about that?
Oh, yeah, it's all covered,
we just,
it's all covered.
we just need to communicate with our ordinance officer and have him start
Which-
writing some tickets.
that one was specifically mentioned to a couple times, as were those properties up there, and I've sent him the
Yeah.
actual addresses, and I do know, I saw vehicles up there stickered.
Yeah,
Twice.
Susan Flanagan did call about her stickered
Twice.
vehicles up there, and I told her, I said, you know, I sent her name and
Registration's
number
up
to
there.
Nick, so I don't know how far it went, I don't know.
Alright,
Well, I can tell you what's happening here. Most of that stuff was on a lot in Arcadia. And
What
now it's
stuff?
It's over,
definitely.
Oh,
and
okay.
now it's just getting drug up here,
I got you.
because Arcadia is
They're gonna
saying,
do the move back and forth.
yeah,
Okay, I guess. I'll see what we can do about some kind of a meeting or something, I mean, that's probably a good
I
idea.
don't think any more discussion of his performance.
Yeah, because
now.
we really don't know either, and so, you know, just show us what you've got going on there,
Right.
and here's a couple concerns that the public and the council had, so. Okay,
Streetlights. And then I'm done.
what about,
I thought of them today.
The ones that are out.
They're all called in. Duke subs it out to a company, cause I have people complain to me.
Uh-huh.
Duke does not fix them.
Okay, so
They
we
have-
can't
they
lean
have-
on Duke
No.
any?
No, they have a company, well, I mean, I guess you can keep calling and complaining,
Okay,
but I think the guy I talked to that was here one day
Mhm.
is from Ohio.
okay.
So they're coming from out of state.
and
And then-
once they start working on it, they're like, I've turned them in several times before, different ones around town.
But they wait,
and
I
this
think they wait till they get a number.
Okay.
So
And
they can
so,
get it all
But
done
there's
at
a
once.
Bunch out right now.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Bunch.
I've complained since October about the one right here on the corner.
Yeah.
I do it every month. I call, oh, it's you
And
again.
I used to
Yeah,
always
it's
do
me
'em
again.
On there, I've got it saved as a bookmark. I used to always just do it on my phone when I was out for a walk. But they've changed something on their website.
I don't get out
and
at night
can't-
very much,
I
so I
can't
don't
do it
know
on my
where they're
phone
at.
anymore, and I haven't sat down at the computer to
do
see
it.
if they're there, but
I've
it,
had
it
Andy
does show
report
a
a couple.
map where it'll say, you know, this light has an issue reported on it, or this light's
Oh, with
in
our
good
system,
condition or whatever, you know.
we can put that on the map too.
Asset management, is that under our asset
Not
management?
Our asset.
Not our asset. Okay,
The street lights. So I guess I will see if I can hop on a computer and see if it's got the ones that I know of that are out, if they're actually showing that they have an issue or not. If they're not, I'll get a ticket on it.
There was a guy up here about 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, something like that, from the company that does them.
okay.
Yeah.
He was going around.
And
so
he's-
I don't know if he's ordering.
I mean, he's
equipment.
like called me before. Their system's pretty slick when they actually do it. I mean, you put in a phone number when you put in a complaint, and it'll let you know when it's been fixed.
Oh, wow.
It'll also
Send me an
they'll
email.
Text you.
they'll like the guy has called me before and said, hey, like there was one that there was a car parked in the way of or something like that. Hey, can you move your car? Like, it's not my property that's next door to this thing. But the point is though, they try.
Yeah.
They need to try harder.
Well, maybe we pay for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Any other old business? Yes, we will move on to new business. We have sewer adjustment. What's this one that there's a copy of?
I don't know.
I emailed it to him and he emailed it back. That's
What's the
what he did.
This
6:35.
is-
Okay, I got a problem with 635, okay? They turned the water on there illegally twice and now want an adjustment. And I went there today to check it. The water's on illegally. They used a pair of pliers to get in the meter pit and the lid wasn't even back on. So if I hadn't been there, that froze and that's a double pit. Then
So
who's
taking them?
it taking them and the neighbor out? Nobody's even living in this house. And then, you know, who's out there in the middle of the night when it's flooded fixing it?
Right. Take the meter.
Me. Well, no, but it's ridiculous. We have an ordinance that penalizes these people for doing
turning
this.
it
and
on.
We never enforce it. And then another one we have is Gary Rouse' old house. I don't know where that's at, but they illegally turned the water on there and used over 3,000 gallons. I took the meter over there, but
Yeah.
I mean, we've got these ordinances. We're just giving money away. That's all we're doing. We're giving money away.
So, is this person asserting that whoever had been turning water back on was the tenant?
Well, I don't know what they're asserting, but I can tell you, whoever the owners over there says they fixed the leak, they turned the water on without contacting us and left it on.
And it also says that the tenant they didn't know the tenant had no heat.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care.
Oh, well, I
For
know,
sure.
but what I'm saying is,
No, I don't
did
think
they
she
even
was.
know that it was turned off to begin with? The water was turned off?
Yeah. The water's been off for over 2 months.
No, I mean, does Bullock
How
Properties
is
know?
Yes,
How
they
is-
do.
How is their average 3766 if somebody was living there?
Where you at?
Says sewage adjustment.
Well, it says that the average usage is 2643, but if it's turned
Sure,
off,
I'm saying the
they're
dollar
not
amount.
using it.
The dollar amount.
But somebody turned it back on because there was like
Yeah.
27,000 gallons of water used.
Yeah.
And then Luke, when we read meters, Luke and I went back over and checked it, and it was off when we checked it. I I mean, he
Can-
went with me. I said,
Can
"I
we
want
build
you-"
that on a lien to the property?
Well, I mean, it's getting billed.
But now he
But
wants
he
it, but he
doesn't-
wants it adjust, and he turned the water
No.
on
The,
again.
no.
yeah, no, I mean,
No, but for the water that they turned on illegally and used, can we?
You can't differentiate it. That's my problem.
uh,
And they I want an adjust on this bill, but people have been turning the water off and on their own illegally. But now I want you to do me a favor and take money off this bill.
No,
It's like, here, we'll do you a favor and not fine you.
Well, number one, if they're not a customer, we need to take that meter.
I don't know. I mean, I'll take the meter.
Is
I
he a
don't care.
customer currently? Is he paying a minimum bill on that place?
okay, so here's what it is. It's a rental property here
Sure.
in town. And this gentleman was renting it, whatever. He got behind on his thing, so I turned
Yeah.
him off. I called them. I said, because this was like back in November, December. And I said, the water, we're turning the water off. I didn't know where the renter was because I didn't want them to end up with busted pipes. So, and he said, go ahead and keep it off until we tell you to turn it back on. So that's what's happened. But this gentleman actually did not move out until last Sunday. So what happened was evidently he didn't pay his heat bill and, didn't have the heat, whatever. So when we read meters, I'm like, man, 23,000 gallons, it's off, the water's off. And so,
I guess my question is, who's the customer?
well, on this billing would have been the renter, because he just moved out Sunday.
I mean, who paid the deposit?
He
The
did.
renter.
The renter.
The renter did, yeah.
So Bullock Properties is not a customer, or are they?
Well, they are now, because there's nobody in there, so we
Have they-
switch it
but-
back
I
to,
know,
we
but
switch
have
it back
they paid
to.
a
You sure
deposit?
he's out of
Did they
there?
want the water on? Like,
Yeah.
She said they said he moved out Sunday.
Well, it's funny, cause I talked to the guy that owns that property yesterday, and he said they wasn't gonna be moving for a couple more months. So, I might check that out.
if it's supposed to be off and it keeps getting fooled around with, we need to take the meter. And then I think for now, I don't know, let's just run it through a vote. Are there, any motions to approve or deny this utility leak adjustment?
I say we deny
I don't think
it.
we're gonna get money out of the guy anyway, because he owes
No,
his
but I
last
think the
month's
billing
bill.
policy, doesn't it say the owner of the property is responsible?
You cannot,
You can't sue her.
You can't.
but
can't-
sewer you can, because you can
can't
go,
leave
yeah,
the property, but
right.
You can pursue them, correct?
Not,
Well, Trek's the dude that was there.
yeah, I'm going to. That's
Yeah,
what
okay.
that's what I'll end up
But
doing with
my
him.
whole point is, we need not adjust the bill when people are doing illegal stuff.
Right,
right,
That's what I'm
Because if they
saying.
wouldn't have done that in the first place, it wouldn't have even.
We need to be having this discussion.
Yeah,
That's between the landlord and the tenant,
yeah.
Mhm.
So we
not
have,
us giving money away.
so we
Right.
have a motion to deny.
I'll second that motion to deny it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll take the meter out today.
Do you have that owner's number, cause I do.
I do West Willie, yeah, yes.
So we also.
Yeah, they
have
put the number
Yeah,
down
his
to
phone
get a
number's
hold of
here.
the,
Wes's phone.
Probably.
Yeah.
Jennifer,
I mean,
I'll
he's
just
a
send
nice
this
guy.
one. I'll just send this one out.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
I think, well, properties needs to be notified that the meter's coming out today, so that way,
Well, I mean, it makes no difference, mind that.
I know,
It's
but
supposed to be off.
We'll open it up, see no meter.
Yeah,
I mean, I hate doing it, it's a pain in the butt, but it's like,
yeah.
we do have people here, that I get tired of it, I just take it out.
Or if it's got any, does it have any air?
No, it does, it's a new bid, we replaced it, we got one, I
Put
could
one
lock it.
of those locks on there. We've got an adjustment to stepping stones. What's the deal?
Which I don't even know why they left it on, I didn't know this, they've had a little leak over there, it's for the bar. And they didn't shut it off, and it froze and busted because we know the utilities on there, and water was running out the front door of the place.
Oh, it's a pub, it's the old pub. Huh.
Yeah, that's what I told Jennifer to call today, I shut it off.
141,000.
Yeah. We got no heat, and it broke and just went, so it finally started coming out of the doors. Now, I mean, I know there's some floor drains over there, so some of it may have went down the drain, but it was coming out the door.
That's a,
Now, isn't there a demolish order on that building?
So here,
No.
I don't know where it's at, so here's the deal. I put a stop work order on it.
Right.
People they had in there working cut all the bracing out of the trusses. The whole roof is sagging. The architect involved brought an engineer over, and they told him you're gonna have to replace, you're gonna take the whole roof off this building and do some other repairs structurally to it. Well, they didn't want to do that because they wanted to do more with the building than the building could even accommodate. And see, that building is an encroachment on two sides.
Yeah.
It's on the property line in front and on the alley to the south side. So the west and south sides are on it. I mean, the overhang hangs over the property line. Well, the architect called me back, and I don't know where they're at on it, but he said they want to build a new building.
Yeah.
And I think they want to turn it and put it on the east side and run it north and south, is what he had said. But I have not heard back from him in some time. And I'm assuming they were getting close because they wanted to salvage some of the stuff off the building that they put in new, and they had 2 more containers delivered the other day.
Okay.
So I figure it's gotta be getting close. And he was working on the new design and their state plan release. But
So you have cleared it, shut off, but it's also no longer leaking, right?
yeah, they had to shut off, because Brian replaced that whole water line, so they had to shut off in the building as well, but it had been left on.
And they are a customer, it's not a single.
Yeah, they've been paying, I didn't even know it, because Jennifer said it's been like a gallon a month, which had to be some kind of little leak happening, because there's been nobody in there. But there was no, I checked it this morning. It's good, but we shut it off as well.
Well, if it didn't go down the sewer, I make a motion that we approve this.
I'll second.
All in favor?
That's a lot.
I know. Aye.
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 He's gonna send
Yeah.
that one down, I guess.
Okay.
Any other new business from the council?
The only other thing is we have the opioid agreement to, I sent this to Alex, did he say go ahead, I mean,
I don't even have that in my stuff here. Is that the one though that was supposed to be done today?
yes,
Isn't it?
yeah,
It's just the same old stuff.
yeah.
Uh, You have it right.
I do.
So this is from the Meyer settlement agreement, which I think is different than the,
It is, they're dragging more, like they're dragging Meyer and then Walgreens, and they're dragging the different ones in, that's what it is.
so this is, this is just authorization to participate in this Meyer settlement. So, same deal as the other ones, big waste of time, but we'll get a couple dollars, I guess, maybe. Do I have, a motion to?
I make a
approve
motion to
or-
accept it.
Yes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. We'll get this
Like I
signed.
said, we're gonna be rich.
Line in our pockets.
Okay.
Okay.
That's some pretty cheap
Okay.
stuff.
So I forgot to put this in my report, I just emailed it to Jennifer, because I got it yesterday, but I got a price for a fence and a gate for the water plant. Whether we have money left over from our county money or something else. We used to have one years ago, I'd like to get one put back up, because I get people sneaking out there and dumping trash, you know?
So where would you,
It would go from the north property line. It's 112 total feet of fence plus a gate, right at the entrance.
where is it relative to that east and west tree line?
Yeah, the north tree line, start at the corner of that tree line, run towards the lift station, but in before it, and then go across the drive.
Okay.
It'd be an 18-foot double drive gate. Just a 4-foot fence, just to keep vehicles out. And I've had recliners, TV, stands, all kinds of stuff. You know, I tried to be nice about letting people get rid of brush, but I wanted them to contact me. I'm to do away with that brush pile altogether. I got rid of it once, and people keep bringing trash out there and dumping on it. And it's like,
Yeah.
At the water plant.
yeah,
So are you talking about just a regular annual gate?
yeah, not
So
automatic,
or-
a double swing gate
Or like,
because
what's it, the Ball Diamond or something?
the driveway. Well, it would be
Cattle gates.
yeah, but
A
they
normal
make it.
gate.
But they make it. Yeah, 4-foot high fence, 4-foot gate, but that driveway's wider. It's 18 feet wide,
Mm-hmm.
so it'd be a 2-section double gate. The locks in the middle. But Hendershot's price was $37.54.80. So it's 112 feet of fence plus the double 18-foot gate.
Check with Kevin.
No,
Have you checked with Kevin? He did.
that's great. No,
Did you drive down and look at mine yesterday? Okay.
no, I didn't drive it down. I mean, I saw it from the subdivision.
Okay, but I mean, cause somebody went down between Kelly and I.
No, I didn't drive out there.
Okay. She was worried about who was on.
No, I
Right
saw
on
it
the
from, I
right.
saw it from the subdivision. No, I don't necessarily need an answer now, but I think it's something we need to do.
I'm in favor of restricting access. I don't know, is there any regulations on that stuff too, being a water plant? Are we supposed to restrict access in the first place? Cause I didn't, in that, we have to restrict it at the sewer plant, right?
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know about the water. I just think it's a good idea because another issue we had after we all fixed the grass out there, where we had stockpiled stone and sand, and the marina was having problems with the robberies.
Yeah.
Somebody drove a small car or small SUV right through the grass Bill just planted and went to the back of our sewer plant to find a way to get back through to the marina from us. You know,
When can they do this?
Oh,
we'd have to give, I don't know. I have not responded to him since he sent me this late yesterday.
But this can be put in a grant, I mean, it can be
We
paid
use
for out of
county
the
money.
We can use county money for it.
county money for
Yeah,
it.
that's, I
Okay.
mean, my guess knowing him, how far out he is, I mean, if I call him tomorrow, it's probably gonna be like April, May. I mean, they're always really far out, but
But
it's,
if we can use county money,
and it's, if you look at it, it's 9 gauge, I mean, it's commercial wire. I'm only doing it 4 feet, I just wanna restrict vehicles. I mean, of course, anybody can walk in on foot, but people are gonna drive vehicles and do things they shouldn't do, and people aren't gonna, nobody's gonna carry a couch 2,000 feet to throw in the burn pile, so.
or to lift over the fence,
Right.
and put it,
And it leaves, where I was thinking about the place, it leaves enough room you can still turn in, doesn't get blocked, you're not gonna be hanging on them.
Cause I was envisioning like just going straight across there by that tree line, but man.
No, I was thinking, you'll be able to
that
turn
tightened
in,
up
even
some,
something big
yeah.
could turn in. I mean, if we had a propane delivery or salt delivery, we weren't there yet, I mean, full size. There's enough room a semi could pull off a 19
Right.
where I wanna do it, but it'll block off the lift station
everything
in the
else.
field, yeah. I just think it's a good idea.
I make a motion to go for it, cause obviously we need to have it done, so
mhm.
we're not liable for other things.
A second.
All in favor?
I,
Alright.
Thank you.
Pay for that out of county money.
Yeah, I'll send you guys a text or something on it because Mike said he was gonna be back with me on Friday. We'll have a phone number. If he emails me the form, I'll forward the emails to you guys to see, but where I'm tracking it, we had some slight changes, but I think we're still gonna be like in the 85. I think we're gonna be somewhere around $85,000 still.
So we were talking about
Lab.
finishing that building out there and doing that.
I had mentioned that to Mike, that he says, yeah, you still do that, but he thinks we're up to the threshold now that we will have exhausted our grant funds. And that's the other thing he's re-verifying with me, but I was going through stuff on my desk and I was looking at that, so I gotta get some more pricing and stuff together, but like the lab equipment itself is about $27,000. and that's for everything, except the hood. So your price on the hood, generator that we talked about is about $6,000. And then,
That's automatic transfer switch that'll do the whole building?
Mhm.
Wow, that's better than I thought.
well, it didn't need to be that big, we don't have a lot of power.
Right, yeah.
I mean, the well is the biggest thing we have, but it's residential size. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no three-phase. It's, someone's house would, even if everything was running out there, somebody's house would pull more, you know, so it doesn't have to be huge. But we'll have to have a propane tank, and, cause you're gonna need that for heat anyways. And then the lab stuff, but for us, as far as the interior, material-wise, we have most of the material to finish the interior now. We'll need cabinets, countertop, you know, but sink, but the other stuff, lumber, insulation, drywall, we need a little bit of, we have a water heater already, we need a little bit of
Yeah,
plumbing,
pick up.
and, most of the electrical is done, was pre-wired in the project.
Right.
So the boxes and stuff are already in place for the building.
I don't know who, but would it make sense to hire somebody to finish the inside of that building?
I mean, I think the pricing on it, see,
We've already got the material, but,
we have 90% of it.
yeah,
I mean, realistically,
Just
we have
the-
90% of it.
the time factor, I know we could do it in-house, but
Yeah.
it would be nice to get somebody in there to
I mean, and
drywall paint.
the cost savings on the backside, I mean, I don't, what do we spend, Jennifer, about $1,500-1,600 a month on labs? Part of it depends on how much we're discharging. I mean,
Right,
when we're discharging, everything's doubled. And then when E. coli season, that throws also another E. coli test on there, but I don't know, I mean, we're probably spending $6,000 or $7,000 a year in labs, wouldn't you think? I'm just
Can add
guessing,
that, yeah,
yeah.
I could,
But the day is gonna come, it's already been a suggestion on our MPDS permit, and that's how they start with it. It starts as a suggestion, and then it becomes, you gotta do it. And what they're already suggesting we do is to test our water before we begin discharging. So, I bet you, if not the next time we renew, within the next time we renew after that, it's gonna become a requirement.
so they wanna see how much,
They want you to grab a lab sample before to see if you're within parameters before you start it, but they want, you know, they're suggesting it now. But I'm sure there's gonna become a whole thing
yeah,
that you'll have to document and track that at some point. It's gonna happen, but just the long-term cost savings and the fact that we have the, you know, the grant funds. You know, we were gonna finish the inside of that, but when that company went out of business and everything get messed up at the end of that project, we didn't have the funds to finish the inside of it or to do the generator.
okay. I think it would be good to get that hood pricing and then maybe get.
I can get a package sort of all together.
Yeah, get numbers from a couple of contractors too, to see if it makes sense to do it in-house versus.
Yeah.
Pay somebody else to do it, because if we have the option, if it's feasible to have somebody else do it, I think it might be, I mean, we got a lot going on all the time.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to
Well,
not have to mess with it, so.
We'll try to get something together, because after Mike gets done here, I mean, we'll be down to, you know, as far as how much is left. I still think if we can finish the building out, we're still gonna have money left.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
I mean, you said we're about 85 right now, right?
I think it's about 85,000, I'm pretty close, but it's between 85 and 100, because I haven't subtracted this part, so we're here yet, but it's pretty close.
Is there anything else that you have any suggestions on, filling that out? We're
We're
gonna
just,
do that.
yeah, we're doing that, but getting that, no, I mean, just the stuff at the sewer plant is about it. I mean, I don't know if we got down to it, we didn't have anything, and I don't know, I haven't looked at costs, there's some different designs, but I mean, some sort of, you know, floating aerator, at least for the primary cell, would be nice through the non-winter months, you know. I do know they make some that are for year round, but that'll be the next. at
Well,
some
that
point.
would improve the operation of the plant
Mhm.
anyway, and if we're looking at possibly
Or-
re-rating.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I know, at least I don't know what Fleece's price is, and I haven't asked them, but I had talked to some other engineering firms at conference and things. Most of them were in about the $20,000 to $25,000 range for getting a plant re-rated.
Do you have to do a process change, or can it be just based off of your actual numbers and results
Well,
and things?
I don't know 100%. I've had some tell me you have to, and I've had more tell me you don't have to than have told me that you had to. And of course, I know he's retired now, but Tom Schubert has done several plants like ours. Because what has happened back then, plants were underrated, and we only have to keep 3 years of documents. But since all this started, I've been saving all of my documents and not purging them. Even though they say we're overloaded, we can show that we didn't have any violations. I mean, I know IDEM doesn't want to hear this, but reality is I don't care how much water we send out there.
Right.
It can handle it.
If what you're discharging is within limits.
But we're way within limits. I mean, we're not even marginal. I mean, there are many months in the year that we put out better numbers than mechanical plants.
Well, you're diluting the creek water, so
Yeah, so I mean,
it's something.
but what it's gonna do at some point in the re-rating or having, a process change there, the day comes, we're gonna have to have it for more houses. I mean, it's just,
Yeah, businesses or whatever.
Mhm.
I would definitely be in favor of looking into that too. I don't know if we can get somebody from police to come talk us through the process there, or if
Oh, I'm sure
they're
they
in
will.
charge to start looking into some of that stuff. But
I think that's Tom.
if we're gonna have $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 left over here, I think that sounds like a good use of it. Set us up for the future here.
We'll be ahead of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the key. I mean, there's lots of communities around here that have had people that wanna come, but their plant won't handle it.
Right.
They're already maxed out,
And we know we're not near capacity in reality. I mean,
No.
it's just a matter of what the
especially
city of
now,
Indiana thinks.
after this
So,
project, no.
Yeah.
I mean, right now the plant's rated for 80,000 a day, and I mean, I don't think 250 and do a split, and do a peak flow, do an average flow and a peak flow of like 250 average, 600 peak or something like that, because I mean, we have documented days where, we've put almost 1 million gallons out there in a day. And I mean, other than the fact that you're sending the water there, we have no violation. I mean, no overflow, no limits. So, it's been pretty good.
Alright, any other new business from the council? Questions or comments or business from the audience?
When they fixed the railroad on 19,
Uh-huh.
did they make any commitment about doing the other 4?
Not officially, I've been told that they're budgeting for it, but
So I need to start calling again, right?
I remember when she came, and she said she'd do 19 and do 1 here in town, but they never got to it.
so, I've been told they're budgeting for it, but I don't know what that means, and I don't know,
And actually, they didn't finish 19 the way it should have been finished because of festival. So she said they'll have to come back and
Well,
redo
there's
it.
still a pole that's down
Yeah.
too.
That's
Pole
the guy hit.
on
That
the-
guy hit.
Oh,
They
it got
totaled
hit?
that truck.
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was before they fixed it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Huh.
they totaled that truck. But yeah, I don't know why it hasn't been fixed, because some sort of insurance should have paid for it.
right?
But the guy told me though, that, see, the paving issue though that's the state's. It's not they do the train track, but the state does the paving.
Mhm.
And when they were out here, when they left all that asphalt, the guy that came back, he said he was trying to get him to do it, he wanted him to make the approach much farther.
Oh, even further than it is.
Yeah, smooth, he says too short, the one side's way too short.
So is that what they're talking about fixing?
Yeah,
Smoothing
something
it out?
they had to put some kind of something's underneath there that wasn't right, but they went ahead and used that material.
Well, it's the rubber,
Yeah,
so it's got these
something.
rubber blocks
Yeah,
that block
that's
right
it.
up to the track.
Yeah.
and there was some issue with those rubber blocks, but the state guy is trying to get them to, go back like 500 or 600
So
feet.
they might be closing 19 down again and readdressing that, so, wow.
Yeah,
At festival, no doubt.
Yeah, a couple weeks before festival.
Probably, yes. Or a bicentennial.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I make a motion, we sign the claims during the meeting.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And now actually we have a very quick RDC meeting.
Oh. you
Yes.
did.
And
Okay.
Jim was supposed to be, he was coming Monday and then since
Sure,
it got,
I just-
yeah, he was hoping to have everything to me. But last time I checked my email, he did not. But he is working on those parcels and all of that stuff for
Okay.
the TIF district. So if we I told him, I said, if he's not here, we'll just maybe do a quick organizational meeting, pick officers and,
Okay,
and
so what was it?
Jody
previously?
was a president.
And then Toby was secretary, is that right?
I thought Pam was vice president. I can go look at my notes, and I think you were secretary. Mr. B didn't want to be in anything
Okay.
because he didn't.
Well, I would make a motion for, to appoint Jody as the president of the RDC.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Madam President, you may continue the meeting here.
Do I hear a motion for vice president?
Make a motion, Ian Van Hook is vice president of RDC.
I'll second. Can I
Oh,
second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Have it.
I mean, I make a motion for Murray to be secretary.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Me?
so on that, I don't know where it's at, but it says in the Murray the other day. I don't know where, I saw this, you gotta get this done like now,
Yeah.
because of the gas station.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Because if you tip after, you're gonna get this much, if you
Yeah.
tip before,
Yeah,
you're
we
gonna
get
get it
the
all.
entire amount of the improvements.
Yeah, the entire amount of the
Okay.
improvements,
That says value. of the
and it's fair land.
All right, so what do we need to do?
Well, I asked
He needs to
Jennifer
bring
today,
the,
yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Jim
Higgins.
Higgins.
Mr. Higgins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
How
will he be
soon?
here at our next meeting?
Next meeting.
Will that be too late? I mean,
no, cause they haven't
No,
started,
they haven't
I'm
started,
saying,
yeah.
okay.
time flies, because I
Can
think
we
it's like.
email it our next
Oh,
meeting?
yeah.
I'll
Fine.
email him
And
and talk,
I looked
yeah.
back through my email when I had said, hey, what's the deal here? This is moving pretty slow. We need to get this done. That was in October.
Yeah.
I know, the
And
wheels,
He said, oh yeah, I'm working on it. And then
nothing.
nothing again till now, so. But at least, as long as we get it done before there's major improvements, that's all that matters.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get it.
I'll send him an email and let him know.
And then there was something else that he said we had to take off the TIF or something.
He had a question
Well, the
about,
hotel was one.
I thought it was
I think it was,
the land.
I'll tell you. right
Carl
now.
Kane's lot.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to address all that next meeting.
Yeah, and that's where he was gonna have it ready,
Okay.
so.
Jim Higgins. Hang on, I'll tell you which one it was. Remove 150 East Main, so I think that
It's a hotel.
is the
Okay.
hotel,
Mhm.
and that's because it's a nonprofit, so we
Right.
don't get any tax money anyway, so it
Right. Wasn't
reduces
he
our
shutting
total.
down that nonprofit, wasn't? No, no.
We can always add it back
I
in.
don't
That's
later
true.
if
Okay.
it changes, but it's owned currently by a nonprofit, so it doesn't be a syndicate happening. So, and then we were adding 130 North Walnut, 220 North Walnut, 240 North Walnut, 225 North Walnut, 120 West 296th Street, 7795 East 296th Street, and then those ones out at the subdivision, and the property down on Railroad Street, 315 South Railroad. So, hopefully he has that ready to go, and we
Okay.
can approve those adjustments.
Okay.
How about if we have the RDC meeting after the next meeting, hopefully he'll be there.
Let me email him and see,
Okay.
for sure, and then I'll let you guys
Yeah.
know when I hear from
Because
him.
we need to get,
Yeah.
like you said, we need to get busy.
Mhm.
Anything else?
I don't know.
don't have anything else. I've had enough.
Jennifer, anything else on that?
Nothing.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Make a motion to adjourn the RDC meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Back to work. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.